is innocent, excuse me. As we keep an eye on your world, President Donald Trump appears to be weighing his options from the White House regarding the current conflict happening between Israel and Iran. As Erica Brown tells us, this is happening as tensions between the two nations continue to rise.
Marie, President Trump today appears to be pushing for diplomacy, saying there is a chance for negotiations with Iran as he considers the U.S.'s direct involvement in that conflict between Israel and Iran. But this comes as the White House today also says that the U.S. government believes Iran has never been closer to obtaining a nuclear weapon. The White House says President Trump is waiting to make a final decision on whether to attack Iran. White House Press Secretary Karoline Leavitt read a direct quote from the president this afternoon.
Based on the fact that there's a substantial chance of negotiations that may or may not take place with Iran in the near future, I will make my decision whether or not to go within the next 2 weeks.
Multiple sources tell CBS News the president believes disabling Fordow, Iran's most secure nuclear site, is necessary because of the risk of Iran producing nuclear weapons in a relatively short period of time.
Let's be very clear. Iran has all that it needs to achieve a nuclear weapon.
Israel has targeted Fordow, but doesn't have the heavy weaponry the U.S. could provide.
If you talk to Israelis on the street, they would really like to see the Americans come in, but if the Americans don't come in, I think there's confidence that Israel's going to be able to do some damage to that facility on its own.
And what may be an attempt to influence the president's thinking on the conflict, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu delivered remarks in English Thursday saying he trusted President Trump's judgment on Iran.
They strung him along. You don't string along Donald Trump. He knows the game. And I think that we're both committed to making sure that Iran will not have a nuclear weapon.
Netanyahu made the comments while visiting a hospital in southern Israel that was hit by an Iranian airstrike Thursday, injuring dozens. A large number of Israelis were also hurt in a missile attack on high-rise buildings outside Tel Aviv. It comes as Israel said it struck a heavy water reactor in Iran. Now, as the conflict intensifies, the U.S. ambassador to Israel has urged American citizens in the country looking to evacuate to contact the State Department as they work to facilitate charter flights and even cruise ship departures. Reporting from the White House, Erica Brown, CBS News, Chicago.